We will now talk about the home warranty, also known as the residential contract. What is it? Why is it important? Let me share my screen. All right, so on page 5 of your 124 family contract, we talk about the residential service contract, okay? The buyer can pay for it, the seller can pay for it. The Texas contracts have a slot where it says that if this buyer is asking for the seller to pay for it, then they would have to put that dollar amount there. Before we put that dollar amount there, we need to make sure we know which company you're going to use and which kind of coverage you want. Because if we don't put the exact amount, and we put an amount that's shorter, then the buyer's responsible to pay for the difference. Also, if the buyer wants to upgrade their coverage, they can also do so, okay? So let's jump into one example. This is Old Republic, one of many. You have a choice, right? And for me, the biggest difference is going with a home warranty company that has really great a really great service rep that's local, because they're the ones that are going to advocate for you. So how does it work? A fee is paid up front. It gets charged at closing, either from the seller's proceeds or by the buyer, or both if there's an upgrade or a change. And it covers all the mechanicals. So for example, here it says it's from year to year. It covers against the homeowner against unexpected repairs or replacement. It's usually systems, HVAC, heating, cooling, electrical, some of the appliances, but make sure we get through the entire pamphlet on whichever company you use, and you know exactly what's covered. A lot of people have told me in the past that they are not fans, and I think a lot of that is due to the fact that they did not know or weren't told what is and what is not covered. So they have, the rule is it's got to work at least one time when you move in or after you buy the house. If it stops working after that one time, then you should be covered, okay? Pre-existings are not covered. Rust is not covered. So, and here it goes, like, for example, this little page here talks about home systems, appliances operate efficiently. A lot of times if it cannot be repaired, it gets replaced. And there is a certain dollar allowance for each item. Now, if you wanted, for example, the stove stops working and it needs to get replaced because it cannot be repaired, then you might actually have the ability to pay for an upgrade. But, when the time comes, then you do that, okay? Garage door openers, washer and dryer is an extra thing you could probably get covered as well. So let's take a look. There's different, here you show different coverages, basic, deluxe, and elite. Okay, and so let's go ahead and open up, let's see, brochures and show you kind of the breakdown. It's pretty long, but let me tell you, it is totally worth it. I've had clients that have had entire HVAC systems covered, thousands of dollars worth, okay? I like to call it the 10% husband because you only use them for what you want them for. Inside joke. Anyway, so let's take a look here. And a lot of them are very similar. Now, remember, you get what you pay for. So if you want to use some small company that I've not heard of or don't have any experience with, and it's a lot cheaper, you're probably going to get a lot less coverage. Okay. I'm not a big advocate of going the cheapest. I'm also not a big advocate of going top of the line unless that's what you want. What the home warranty does, it pays for peace of mind. You can get 1-year coverage, you can get 2-year coverage, you can renew as well, okay? But remember, if you decide not to buy it at closing and you decide to buy it afterwards within a certain time frame after, you can. However, they do give you a wait period. I know, for example, with Old Republic, I had a client that decided about 2 months after he wanted to get the home warranty coverage. So he paid for it, but he had to wait 30 days before he could start filing any kind of claims on it. Okay. All right. So, and then of course, they can decide what's considered an emergency. When you have a claim, when you need to call in a claim, you don't just call the contractor of your choice. You have to call them first. They put a service call in with their people. You do have to pay a service call fee. It's like 75, 80, 85. It depends. Different companies charge different amounts. You pay that one fee, they come in, they look at it, and they assess whether it needs to be repaired or replaced, or if it is not covered. Now, this is where the local home warranty rep comes in very, very handy. If reading through this, you see that it should be covered or you're not sure, you can call the local rep and they will advocate for you if indeed it is something that is covered. Remember, a plumber is going to come in and look at an issue. He is an expert in plumbing, but not in home warranties. Okay. So I've had instances where the plumber will tell the client, no, this isn't covered. And it was. And so that's where my local rep came in and then said, no, it is covered, and then worked through everything. Okay. So if you go through here, you'll see the typical costs and what you might be facing, seller's coverage. Um, their differences. This is silver coverage. This is gold coverage, platinum, okay? And these are the plan limits of what they will cover for each item. This is the optional coverage. You can get swimming pool equipment, HVAC tune-up, water fountain, pool spa, limited roof leak, which is handy, right? And it goes on and on and on, okay? And it gives you it gives you the pricing here later on. And then these are the ABCs of coverage and then the limits. Very important that you read through this, guys. I really think this is a good idea. It pays for your peace of mind. Here's where you pay. This is where you see the 1 year, the 2 year plans for all the different kinds of coverage. Then this shows you the additional coverage for any other appliances, okay? So never mind, the trade call is now $100. But honestly, you can't get a plumber to come out and do anything for $100 anymore anyway, right? At least not a licensed one, okay? So very big item, doesn't cost a whole lot. If you can afford it, I'm a big advocate for it. But let me know if you have any questions. All right, thanks guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.